Hey everybody, this is Wild Blade from Creative Media Vault in Tokyo, Japan, and I am back. Okay, I was streaming a little bit earlier this morning, like until about maybe 4 or 5, until about almost 6 a.m., 6:30 I think a.m., and then I took a nap, and now I'm back streaming again because it's Monday, and Monday's like kind of like one of my days off. But I was gonna normally I go outside and I do training with my friends and stuff like that. But it is so rainy and cold today. I don't want to go anywhere. And my kids are stuck at home because it's like spring break, so they're still kind of sleeping right now. But once they get up, it's gonna be kind of noisy because they're gonna be playing Fortnite and stuff like that with their friends online. So I figured this is the perfect time for me to continue with my stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue with building the Spirits of the Lost Wind game. And I think over the past couple days, I've kind of shown you how I do a lot of my artwork. So we've created these enemies just using my standard creation method in Adobe Animate. Right, so yeah, remember we kind of created started turning these temporary graphics into more permanent ones, and we're just kind of going through all of these temporary enemies that we have. So I think you're getting, if you've been watching my stream, you should be getting kind of familiar with the type of animation and techniques that I use. So I don't really need to kind of go over that too much. And one reason why it's taking me so long to build this game is that I'm, kind of trying to teach people how I make art and stuff for my games anyway. So, now I think, because I wanted to get back to my main game soon and kind of finish up with this 2D game kit. So, I'm going to be moving a little bit faster with my tutorials from now on. If you don't catch something, just go back and watch my stream later. We are building this Unity game from with a 2D game kit that I built over the past couple months. That is designed to be like no coding. You just kind of switch graphics, plug and play, and like make your own game, and you're good to go. So if you're interested in making video games, but you don't want to, worry about programming and stuff like that, go to my, that's my Twitch stream. Go to my website at creativemv.com and, look for this game, Spirits of the Lost Wind, which you can find from the homepage pretty easy. And then once you click on this link, it will give you like a rundown of what the game is about, my version of the game. It'll give you a rundown of what my version of the game is about. And then, after you click this link, you can find a button that will take you to the download the Unity 2D game kit right there. And then you can also watch some of the tutorials and stuff that I'm putting up on YouTube, but you guys are kind of watching my Twitch stream, so you got the same thing anyway. And then you can also play the demo game on itch.io. And the demo game that you'll be able to play will be the one that I am updating now on this stream. So I'll be changing the graphics, making new cutscenes, and making all of this shit look pretty, right? So, that's what we're going to continue with building today, so I can, kind of, get the game kit. The game kit is already launched, and it's already pretty much good to go. I'm just tweaking some of the code and tweaking some of the functionality so that when you guys download it, you won't have to worry about even really messing with the code, theoretically speaking, unless you want to update it, and add your own functionality to it. But this is supposed to be out of the box, just plug, switch the graphics and go, making your games. Alright, so this is what we did last night. We set up these enemies. I'm going to get rid of this card. So we got a couple enemies that, can chase the player, shoot at the player. And when this melee attack enemy gets close, he'll take some swings at the player. We created this flying enemy that can kind of ignore the law of the physics and go over walls and shit. So we can kind of run around here, and then when I get tired of these guys, I can just shoot them and kill them all. Alright, so that's what we have set up for enemies so far. Oh, and we also have a hidden enemy that you can't see. So you see this green little bullet flying out from nowhere? Well, that's this guy right here, right? And you can't really see him unless because he's hidden by a mask, so you can't really see him. unless you like come over to my mask. And I got nothing to kill this guy with because I ran out of bullets. So I'm just gonna run and hide in here like a little biatch. All right, so all right, so that's where we're at so far. And we're going to continue with this game build now and go ahead and try to build it out to where it's at a good point where it starts becoming a demo, right? So, let's see. Another thing that we did last night is we went ahead and made sure that our enemies are visible in the mini map. Yeah, so remember I gave all of these guys like mini map icons, so when they're flying around the screen, we can kind of determine where they're at. Right, so that should be good enough. Now somebody did mention like why don't I add minimap icons to these walls in order, you know, to like so that players can see the maze. And I could do that for if I'm like inside of a structure. Like inside of a facility or something like that, that might be good. Something that doesn't have a lot of nature or a lot of background, it might be decent to do that. But for the scene that we're on, the actual game scene that you can find when you click on level 1, it would be kind of, I have like, I have mini maps on all of the tiles, but I don't necessarily have mini maps on all of the structures, mini map icons on all of the structures, because that can get a little bit complicated. But I mean, if you want to like do that, you can totally do that. So all you have to do is just go into like one of these base default building blocks. So if you want to add a minimap icon, you just, I have my default building blocks here, or I also have them here in the hierarchy. So if I want to add a minimap icon to any of these, I could just like go to the default icon, which is a prefab, and then I can add a minimap icon to that, and it will add it to all of the tiles on the board, so that we can see where everything's at. Yeah, so you guys can feel free to do that if you want to. If I don't want this, for example, the tile that I'm on right now, that Kuramiya is on right now, is this one. And you'll see that she has her minimap icon here. But if I want to turn that minimap icon, if I don't want that showing up in the minimap, I can just like turn that off. And actually, it's got another one down below it, so, you know, I could just go ahead and turn that off, like, right here. Hold on. Yeah, I just have like a lighting thing under. So if I don't want this showing up in the minimap, I can just find that particular tile and turn the minimap icon off of this, and there he goes, right? But I do want that minimap icon showing, so I'm just going to leave him there, right? Happily. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to like speed up the production of this game, so I can start getting into more interesting stuff like making cutscenes and doing animation. All right, so what do we have left to do on this? Alright, so we have our main enemies, which, you know, these are not going to be the enemies for our current level, by the way. I'm actually going to change those out later. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drag this guy over here. And this is Nikki, but she's not really going to be in the game so much. Right, and let's see, we have these guys, we have this, I think that's all that we're going to really do for, like, default enemies, for the demo game. Let me move this gun over here and actually make it a little bit bigger so I can see this guy. Oops. In Adobe Animate, you have, if you want to, like, uniformly scale something, you have to, like, hold the, shift key. Alright. So we have our turret, we have our blader, we have our, you know, our gunner, we have our sentry drone, which are, you know, good enough to be like a pretty decent threat to our player. So now I think we're going to go ahead and start working on the actual player graphic itself. So we're going to start modeling Kuramiya. And this will probably be in my version of the game. I might not like necessarily have her in the demo kit. So I might just leave a static version of her in the demo kit. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to zoom in. Right, and I'm going to kind of fly through this one now. So, you already know, like, when I start modeling, I tend to start with boxes. So I'm gonna put like Kuramiya, mm, Kuramiya, maybe one. Mm. Yeah, Kuramiya one, and then I'll jump into this movie clip, and I'm going to, of course, change the opacity of this box down to this. Now, I have to consider which body parts I want to actually have for our fox. So, um, her head is going to be one piece. I think I'm going to separate her ears out to where we can kind of animate those. Her legs are going to have like a few different parts. So we'll have the shoulders, and then we'll actually have the paws that can come out for the hind, like front and hind, and then the body and the tail. We're going to actually make a tail that will use the same line renderer that I use when creating the sample monster. So when we go back to our sample scene, which is our sandbox, you notice that we have this when I go into my enemies, you'll notice that we have this wiggly monster. Yeah, so the wheelie monster's head is over here, but his tail is all the way over here. Don't ask me why that happens. I don't know. But like when I play this game, you'll notice that this monster has a very flexible and fluid body, so it can just kind of wiggle like this, um, procedurally. So we're going to use that same technique for Kuramiya's tail, because right now when she's running around the screen, her tail is just like kind of like tail is flat, right? So so yeah, we're going to use the technique that we're using for the wing tail thing of this guy to give Kuramiya some movement to her tail as well. Okay. All right. So back in Adobe Animate, save this. All right. So really, I'm gonna need like maybe one, two, three, four. Yeah, about maybe 4 or 5 body parts for this. So let's go ahead and get started. So this will be the basic modeling for her head. So I'm just going to zoom it a little bit more. And I'm going to grab this box and drag it here. Grab this box and drag it here. Okay. Okay, and I guess I can round her out down there. Yeah. All right, and so we're just going to take it nice and easy. I'm going to drag this over here. Drag this over here. Kind of give her a little diamond head shape and then round it on the edges like so. And that'll give me ability to kind of curve it in to give her that nice little like widow's peak. I don't know. Do foxes have widow's peaks? I live in Tokyo, so I haven't actually seen a live fox in like forever. Make her a little bit more rounded here, I guess. Not too rounded. Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, that can like be the default contour of the head, and then we can just kind of edit it later if we need to, which we may or may not. I don't like where that peak is hanging out. So okay, yeah, that'll be good enough. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this into a movie clip because this will be a head part that will move separately. So the like head. Um, okay, and now I will go ahead and move on to the body, and do that. I will use my hit R on my keyboard, and I'll just draw another square. Yeah. And I've got that kind of. I'll get rid of that line. All right, cool. So now we're going to quickly form up the body. So I'll go here. Maybe play some music for you guys. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna have her like fur collar on. All right, and yeah, same technique. I could try to stretch it out here. Okay, and I think I'll indent this a little bit and give her a little bit more curvature. Okay, and then I'll curve her right around here. Okay, and then I'll round this, no, move the head down, and then round this part out. And I'll also round this part out. Okay, and basically that's her body. All right, and like I said, I'm not really going for perfection with this one at the moment. Just kind of getting a rough contour. All right, and for her neck part, do I want her neck part to be separate? Yeah, I'll go ahead and give her a separate neck, kind of neck warmer piece. And since this is white, I'm gonna go ahead and use pink so it'll let me see it easier. Now, I'm gonna take this body part and I'm gonna cut it out, create a new layer, drop this below, and that way I can kind of lock it here. All right, and then I'll drag this over here, drag this over here. And I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna make this a little bit round up here, and then I'll drag this part up, and then I can just kind of. Now, I mean, an easier way for me to do this would have been to just use the pen tool, which I think I'm going to do right now. Yeah, just kind of do something like this. Because I wanted to kind of look furry. That just looks ugly furry though. So let me drop this down here. I don't really like drawing with mouse so much. I can, and I used to, but now that I've got an iPad, it's a technique that I try not to use so often. Okay. Kind of looks like a little bit like she's kind of got a flame on her neck, but that's fine. Go ahead and fill that in. All right, yeah, that'll look a little bit better. And then I can kind of take this point and move it up. Yeah. So I can stylize this like more later if I want to, and also kind of fill this in here. All right, and I'm gonna turn this into a movie clip as well. So this will be like random movie clip number 8. All right, and then for her ears, well, I'll get back to those later. Let's go ahead and go to our hindquarters. Okay, let me unlock this. Okay. Why do you keep on trying to give me a line? I don't want a line. Get off me, line. Alright. Cool. So I'm back on my now I'm gonna go ahead and do this tail as well. So using the same technique. Okay, so this will be and this is the part that we're going to animate, making it kind of wave like this procedurally, right? So, this will be like a tail. I didn't even name the body. The body's like, hey, I need a name too. I'm like, shut up, body. You don't deserve a name. Right? so let me go ahead and stretch this out. I noticed that the shape of this tail was kind of messed up when I drew it in Procreate anyway. Okay, and I'll indent her here. Make the tail a little bit here, and this is why I can start kind of curving it out to make it look like it's like one part with the body.
Her skin tinted brown sheets and it's Chanel. Hit the highway when she hitting my cell. Body talking to me, I've been listening well. The type of shit make you forget that you been living in hell. This for the grown and the sexy. Go ahead and text. I know the Lord real and it shows that he blessed me. This for the grown and the sexy. Go ahead and text. I know.
Okay, yeah, I think this will be pretty good for the tail. And of course, after we do stuff like that, we're just gonna make it into a movie clip. And then I'm gonna jump in here and actually, did I just make that a double movie clip for no reason at all? I think I just made that a double movie clip for no reason at all. So yeah, because I'm already in the movie clip here. Okay, and for the tip of the tail, in order to like kind of get that white contour that a lot of foxes have, or that the white fur at the end, I'm not even going to bother like trying to draw anything. I'm just going to hit my V key, go over here and highlight all of this, and then just copy this stuff. Copy, drop it onto a new layer on top, and that's going to be it for that. I'm going to change the color to white. Okay, and I'm just gonna like do some random do some random like lining off like this. And I can round these out if I want them to look smoother. Yeah, but I think that might actually be good enough for her tail right now. Alright, so we've got the body, the head, the neck, the head, basic images done. And hold on, let me save this. And now I'll go ahead and start working on the legs. So with the legs, I'll need to like re-grab my favorite color again. Alright. And it like actually these are getting lighter, so it's always a good idea to kind of keep extra square in here for your color references. But I'm not so worried about that right now. The legs are gonna be pretty easy. They're just gonna be ovals. So I'm just gonna draw an oval shape here. Why are you giving me lines? Didn't I tell you not to give me any lines? Who told you that you had the right to give me lines? Alright, so yeah, so this will be her hindquarter leg, part 1. All right, cool. So yeah, this will be like her hind leg, part 1. Maybe move it in a little bit more. And then I'm just going to make this into a movie clip. And then for her, now the animated part of her leg, we're going to kind of be working on a little bit more. Because we're going to make it to look where she's like kind of stretching and retracting, right? So, her foot. There's a couple of different ways I could do her foot, so I could cheat. Because a lot of her foot movement is just going to be forward and back. So we're not going to really worry about turning her so much. So the default foot graphic is just going to be a square. Yeah, so it's just going to be a stylized square. So I can put that right here. And I can like stretch it out here and kind of, I can move the body over, yeah. I can move this out here. And I'll just round it out right around here. I mean, if I want to, I can give her like some claws, but because this is a top-down game, I might not necessarily need to do that. And so this is what her main paw is gonna kind of look like. Yeah, so just something like this, something easy, something simple, something that doesn't require too much detail. All right, and that's gonna be her her paw, and I'll go ahead and turn this into a movie clip. So now the reason I said I can kind of cheat with this is because she's got these huge hindquarter area, and so I can actually have the front, since this part of the hindquarters will actually be sitting on top of the paw. You're not going to see this whole thing connected. So what I can do is I can create another layer and put this like, actually put this, I'll leave this one above, and I'll use the same square. And I'm just gonna draw this part here. Right. So, and then, actually I'll make this a little bit shorter. Because when she's running, her paw is going to look, it's going to be a different shape. So in the animation, all I'm going to do is when she's running, she's going to have her front paw in the front, and then her back paw is actually going to be sticking out of the back. So I can just use one body part and just shift it forward and back to show her running. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to create the back paw, because it'll be a different shape from the front paw. Right, so her back paw is going to be a little bit wider, and it's going to have a little bit more of a contour to it. So, so I'll put it right here, right here. And I'll make this in here, and then I'm going to make it a bit wider. And then I'll move it like this, and I'll indent on, I'll use my Alt key to indent on the side. Okay, and make it kind of look something like this. So basically what's going to happen is with this being on top, okay, this being on top, when she's running, when we're doing her running animation, this is just going to basically shift forward and back, shift forward and backward. Yeah, so till right around like here, right, to where it just kind of looks like this is coming out to maybe here, and then when she's running forward, it's gonna come out to like maybe here, right? And we're just gonna use kind of like a piston movement. Right, so now I can, I think I will go ahead and use this to kind of cover up to around here. Actually, I should probably, sorry, I should probably move this one down. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, so I'll move this to in here. And yeah, so it's still kind of the same leg piece. So when she's running forward, this will come forward, and when she's running back, this will go back. And yeah, I did make this part a little bit too long, so. Yeah, so this will naturally sit right around in here, in her, in her base form. Right, and for the paws, I'll go ahead and change the color on them as well. So her paws will be white. And so this blue part will curve here. All right, and that's going to be how we're going to work her her default paws. And the same technique basically works for her her shoulders as well. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this one and paste it in place. So I'm going to drag this down to her shoulder, and I'm just going to shrink this. And maybe make it a little bit bigger so we can expand the symbol, the wind symbol on her. For this front paw, we're not necessarily going to need to see the back of it. So, because the legs are going to be looking like they're kind of kicking back under her, but the front paws are just going to like curl under her shoulders. So we don't need to see another like foot coming out of the back of this one. So for this, I'm going to right click and I'm going to duplicate symbol. And oops, so now what I did is I actually hold on, I actually duplicated the symbol when really what I needed to do was copy it. So if that happens, you can go and you can right click on the symbol and you can go to swap symbol, and this is a copy, so I can just go to the original. And this is why I should probably be naming these damn things. Alright, so right, so this is like symbol, what is this? Symbol 174. So I can just go to 174. Oh, I'm not finding it because it's like, alright, so now I gotta go all the way down to like symbol 174. Right, and I'll just rename this to like Kuramiya back leg. So back leg R and back leg L are going to be basically be the same graphic. Okay, and this we're going to rename this one to front leg. No, I don't want to export, but thank you for asking. Kuramiya front leg. Okay, and that'll help cut down on some of the confusion. Alright, so now when I go back into my properties, you'll notice that the name has been changed. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to get rid of this back paw part, because we're not going to need that. And I'm going to make this part shorter. You know, just enough to where she can extend it, and it like so we can tell that there's an extension, but you know, not enough to really protrude. I guess I could make this a little bit rounded though. So yeah, let me go ahead and round this out. Yes, I can just round it out here. Okay, yeah, and that's going to be her front leg. So we got our back leg, we got our front leg, so which will operate the same way. I can kind of move this more over this way. Alright, and actually I need to see how that paw is going to look when, now I think about it, I need to see how it's going to look when it's extended here. Huh, yeah, that's going to be a problem. Yeah, because I think I'm going to want her paw to come out to here. Yeah, I think her paw should come out to this point. Now that I think about it. So kind of like it's going out in front of her. All right, so in this case, you can have this sitting here, and I think we're going to actually just duplicate the symbol. So she'll have two types of paws. So one, paw graphics. So one will be here, and then when she's running forward, we're just going to kind of show a larger version of it. Okay, this will be, what are you, front leg. I'm going to duplicate this, and then I'm going to, yeah, change this one to maybe extended. Front leg, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll put like a front leg extended. And I need to see how far I want this to extend, so I might bring it out here, actually. Might actually put this right here. And, do I want to give her a bend? Nah, I don't think I'll give her a bend. So, and the pivot point for this one will be down here anyway, so I can like move it like over here, I think. Okay. Yeah, so I think we're gonna do it like this. This way, so we got her, when she's resting, she'll still have like something that we can kind of animate when she's resting, like to kind of make it look like she's like bouncing up and down. But then like when she's running, we're going to hide this graphic, and then we're just gonna show this one, right? And we're gonna do that on both sides. All right, so I'll go ahead and copy all of these over. So I'll just go ahead and copy paste and then shift and drag this over here, and the same for the back foot. So and move her body back to where it should be, which is right around here. Okay, yeah, using the mouse button is taking so long to smooth this. And I'll angle this one out a little bit, I think. Maybe not necessary. Okay. So shift and drag this over here. So this will be like her paw resting position. Okay. And then I will do the same thing with this guy, and shift and drag this over here. and then I will modify and transform and flip it horizontal. And kind of drag this in here. All right, cool. So yeah, that's kind of what she's gonna look like. So when she's running, like these paws will be like gone, and yeah, these back legs will be showing. And then like when she like like when she's resting, her paws will be in, and like these the default position for these will also show. All right, and now the only thing that we really have to do is the ears. So I'm gonna move these guys out of the way for a second, and I'm gonna use another blue color square. Okay, and let me jump in here and hit me and go ahead and turn that into a movie clip, which I didn't name again. Damn it. So now I'm getting into that. You should always name your movie clips. When I'm working fast, I tend to like not do that for some reason though. Alright, so let's jump up in here. So now like let me go ahead and like, I know this is gonna come back and say, oh, you didn't name this movie clip, you're gonna have to do something. Okay, so I'll be a good boy and name my movie clips. So rename Kuramiya Ear 1. There we go. Now I can jump up in here and go ahead and shape this out. And round this out here. Alright, and I'll drag this here. Drag this here. And hit my, create another pivot point here. And I will make some small adjustments here, some small indentions so that I can curve these out. So I'll curve this ear this way, and curve this out here, and curve this around here, and put a little pivot point, divot point here, and I don't really like that song so much. So let's see what you got. So, right. So if I have any extra like points that I might want to get rid of, but I can't see, I can use the sub selection tool and click on here. And maybe I don't want this one right here, so I'll just kind of kill it. Right. And then after I've done my sub selection, I can go back to my selection tool, which is V, and that gives me more options to kind of round this out. Okay, cool. And that's like ear number 1 done. And for ear number 2, it's the same old thing. So, all right. So, you know, now that I'm in the ear, I might as well go ahead and add the white part. So, I'll create another layer on top of this, and I will go to white. And I'm just going to draw all this white part in here. Okay, and I'm just going to stretch this out, curve this out, curve this out here. Maybe make, no, not you. I think I'm gonna make her ears a little bit sharper on the inside, like that. Yeah, that looks okay for me. All right, so now, basically these are all of the default body parts done. So all we need to do is make the add the lines. So with Kuramiya, since she is a spirit fox, I'm gonna have to like you know, get a little bit creative with the line. So I want it to look like she is actually glowing herself. So in order to do that, I might need to make two separate sets of lines. So because she'll need to have a thick set of lines on the outside. so that we can actually see her on the level. And then like maybe on the inside of that, she'll have her glowing lines. Alright, so I'm gonna like kind of need to experiment with the lines that I'm gonna use for her. So I'll go to my ink tool, and I'll go with don't want to use like straight up black. Her color, because her main colors are going to kind of be, I think, something similar to, well, actually I already have her main colors. What I'm talking about. Okay, so let me go in here and click on her head, and I'll go ahead and turn this color back to its default, so I can sample that instead of sampling the lighter one. Okay, so let me create a box here. Still giving me lines. I told you about that shit. Alright, so I'll create this right here. Okay, and I'll use this, click this, copy that, and then I'll drop this back down to 50. Yeah, so let me paste this here so I can still use that as a reference. Alright, so for her ears are going to be this color. The line for her ears will need to be darker though. So I can use maybe this as a reference. Where am I at? Getting kind of tight up here. Okay, there we go. And now I'll jump back into her ear, and I'll set this to 100. Alright, so setting that to 100, and the stroke will need to be darker. So I'm just going to go to the color wheel here and drop this down. So it needs to be dark enough to where we can see that that she does have an actual shape. So I'm debating about this one. Alright, let's try this. Alright, and the stroke will need to be thicker for her as well. Not that damn thick. So about maybe 4 for her ears. Maybe give her 3 there. Okay. Right, and then this part, I guess we can kind of drop the line down to maybe 1, and I'll unlock this layer again, and then I'll go to my subselect tool. Alright, cool. Yeah, this works, I think. And now that I'm on this ear, what I will do is I'll give it a little extra line here. And a line that intersects, and then I'll just chop off the part that I don't need. Or maybe I don't even need to chop it off. I can just kind of like do something like this. Okay. Yeah, so that should maybe work for her ear. Do I want to extend it down here? Nah. Okay, yeah, I think I'll leave it kind of like this for now. I'm thinking about whether I want to have her ears, have the bottom part of her ears 2 different tones. So if I'm gonna do that, then I should probably drop these lines down to this bottom layer. like something like that. And then I could do kind of something like that. Kind of make it look like they're maybe turning a little bit. Okay, yeah, I mean, like, that might not be too bad. I'll change this line down to 1 as well. And she has this little extra piece right here that I don't need. Okay, and this next to this, and make sure and paste it back in place. Okay, yeah, that'll be pretty good. Okay, so that didn't really do what I wanted to, though, for dividing the ear. Okay, there we go. So I just had put those up on the other layer. So okay, yeah, this is what I want. So I want to be able to like maybe have the ears like 2 tones. Right, and now I'll get back to what tone I actually want those later, because actually I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. So go ahead and turn this back to 100. Make sure that this ear part, I think I can kind of leave this at 50. Okay, yeah, so something like this will work for the ear. And now while I'm in here, I might as well go ahead and play with um, some of the inside lighting, or some of the inside highlights for her ears. So I'm going to take, which part am I going to need to put a glow to? That's the question. I'll go ahead and make this white part. Oh, sorry, that's not the white part. Yeah, this white part, I think I'm gonna go ahead and hit F8 on this, and this will have a glow to it. Okay, and yeah, something like that. Maybe a white glow. Give it that inner glow. Okay, let's see what this will look like. Alright, so that looks a little bit too light for her base ear color. So I'm going to, this is where I kind of start playing around with like darkening it. Right. Because I want it to be a little bit dark, but I need to, you know, in the game I do need to be able to see her, and I don't want it to look too drab or anything like that, even though she is going to have like highlights. Okay, yeah, that white doesn't look good, so yeah, I think she's gonna get like the inner. Okay, that doesn't look so bad, I think. Yeah, so she's a spirit fox, so I want her to look like she's got energy emanating from somewhere, right? And I'm gonna do the same thing with this, only I think I'm gonna turn this into a movie clip as well. And I could do that, or I could. I'm gonna copy these lines and toss them on top, just as an experiment. Okay, and I will add a glow to those as well. And I'm not seeing anything. So something's not acting right. I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to do these ears. That's working there. That's working there. You don't have any lines on you. Not that one. Ah, okay. I think I see what just happened. Okay, there's the white. Nah, that's getting kind of complicated though, because it's gonna be kind of hard for me to keep track of which movie clip I've got. So, what I'll do instead is I'll just add some additional lines on top of the ears that will glow instead. So like I can quickly do that. So I can just like turn this layer into lines, like glowing lines, and I will grab my handy dandy line tool here. And she's gonna have like white highlights or white lines anyway. So I might, I'll drop this down to 1. Okay, and I'll do something like this. And then I can kind of give her like some, they're not racing lines, but they're kind of like racing lines. Yeah. right? And I'll turn these into a movie clip. And then I can add whatever I want to those. So like here I can kind of add a glow or whatnot. Okay. Yeah, that'll give her a little bit of extra like a little bit of extra texture or whatnot. I might like smooth this out here. Nope. I need you. Okay, that might be better. Right, yeah, so now when we look at the ear, she's got this little white line around here, which, gives her a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of a ethereal kind of look. Damn, that ear glow is huge. But, so I guess I can tone that down a little bit. Hey, the ear glow doesn't really look that bad, to be honest. It just looks bigger than it should be, but, I mean, in the game, though, I think it might be okay. Yeah, I think I will leave it that way. So let's go back out here. Go here. Maybe 53 is a little bit big though. Maybe 20 something. Let's see how that looks. Still looks big, but not too bad. Yeah, cause that's kind of what I'm going for, like a few little glowing areas that let you know that that she has energy coming out of her somewhere. So I think I'm gonna leave that ear like this. And then I'm gonna have to duplicate everything that I did in these ears. I'm going to have to do on other layers now. Yay! All right. So the first thing I'll need to do is I'll need to find my base color. Okay. So I'm gonna use so I'm gonna use this selection tool to choose this color, and then I'm gonna use this selection tool to choose these lines. Okay, so I think these are the colors that I'm going to use for her. And I do kind of want that glowing effect, so that's kind of cool. All right, and so I'm going to change her head color to the current fill color. And then I'm going to use this to go ahead and put some lines around her, thicker lines at this time. Okay. So this, and I'll go ahead and do that for the other body parts as well, just since I already have these colors selected. Boom, boom, and So that's another reason why I like doing stuff in Animate, because it gives me a lot of like freedom to kind of play around with like different things before I make a final decision. Okay, and then tip of her tail. Be maybe 75 for this. Okay, and I'll go ahead and give her the line tool with this as well. Make this line 1, or the stroke 1. Okay, and let me select this again. Okay, let's see, what other music do we have? I'll play that one again. Because I'm not listening to this anyway, I just don't want blank noise in my thing. So I want this color to actually be 100. Nope, I screwed that up. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So now one thing that you'll notice is that I did when I changed this right here, the shoulders also changed. So I'm gonna need to actually duplicate this shoulder. Yeah, sorry. Maybe duplicate symbol, and this will be like Kuramiya shoulder front. Okay. Yeah. I'll keep these off for now, just so that I can keep everything straight. Okay, and for her leg, I'm also going to use this color. Right, and this part, the white part, will be 100. And then I will use my line tool. Too thick. Right. So with this back paw, basically the back paw is going to need to be on top. So let me select this and go to the back paw, and where is this thing located? Okay. Right, yeah, so the back paw will need to be up here. Right, so like kind of like when we're animating, we'll be able to shift up to here, and then we'll be able to shift back here. Like basically to the tip of the white area. You know, if we need to. Even for her resting, we might just like make it move like this to make it look like she's kind of moving up and down. But then when she's running, this is just gonna like piston out the back like that. Okay, and while I'm in this mode already, I'll just go ahead and maybe put a few lines right here. And then I'll zoom in. And I'll just give her some give her this. Okay, yeah, so, and then I can actually, maybe make it look like she got like some calf muscles here. And if I want to, I can even give her some little, like, give her some little nails. Okay, yeah, make it look like she's got some grip on her feet. Alright. So like I said, I want the character design for this one to be kind of cute. Because of the type of game. So the inside of these circles, I think I'm going to make them... inside of these circles, I think I'm going to go ahead and fill them. I could fill them with a pink. I'll leave them as blue instead. Because they kind of match. That kind of matches her better. Alright, and for the front paw as well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this lower layer and I'm going to move this down a bit. Okay, bump this up to 2. And I'll go ahead and like separate and give her some claws here. I was going to give her like some legit claws, but you know, maybe not necessary for this type of game. So I'm just kind of hinting that she has claws without actually giving her any real detail. Okay, that might be a little much. So let's go here. Just kind of curve this up. Okay, yeah, something like this will work. Will be good enough for her, I think. And now I need to actually probably take a break and see if my kids want something to eat. They're old enough, you know, and I don't really baby them too much. But this is their their spring break, so they are kind of hanging out at home. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of these calls. Not necessary. So. Alright, yeah, just something like this will be fine, I think. Alright, and let's see. So that'll be cool here. And then the only thing I have to do is the same thing for the other side. Okay, so B. And realistically, I think this and the boss. If I'm gonna create a boss, those would be the two complex characters that we would need to create graphics for, and the other ones are kind of simple. Okay, and you will be white. Okay, and I'll go ahead and give her the dividers up here. Yeah. Oh yeah, just something like this. We'll be fine. Good enough. Alright, cool. So, what we'll need to do is we'll need to drop this to, like, arrange and send to back. Right. Oh, and we'll need to put, lines around our shoulders and our hips as well. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. I increase this one a little bit more. Alright, cool, cool, cool. And we do have like this one little hidden, like this one retracted foot, right? So we got to do the same thing for that. So I'll select this color and jump into this movie clip that you can barely see and go ahead and do the same thing. Too big. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and give this hidden foot the claw lines as well. Okay, yeah, so this should be good enough, I think. And we're going to also, hold on, I forgot to. Right, this one is going to also need to go to arrange and send to back. Right, and that would sit like this. This one would sit further back like this. All right, the body would be on top. Right, and for this, I'm going to change the color to white and change the outline to blue. And then I'll highlight all of this and cut that out, and then turn this to a symbol right quick. And this will allow me to put a blue glow inside of it. So I'll put a nice little maybe inner glow to that. The stroke for this one, I think I'm gonna also darken that. Let's see how that looks. Okay, yeah, that might actually look pretty good. All right, just for what we're going to be going for. All right, so now what I need to do is kind of use the same technique. I need to figure out where I'm going to put her glow lines. So fortunately, I've already kind of got some references in here, as you can see on her other foot. So I'm going to turn this layer off. So this foot can come out over here. Now I need to go ahead and start separating out the body parts anyway. So, oh yeah, that glow is huge on this ear. No, so I'll need to fix that. Where is that huge ass glow at? Not this one. Ah, this one, this layer. What is on this layer? You lock everything but this. Okay. Okay, yeah, I do want it to glow, but I don't want it to glow that damn much, so. Right. Yeah, okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, this looks kind of good. Looks like she's a little bit shiny though. So I don't want to like confuse people to make them think that she's shiny when I just want her to kind of glow instead. You come up in here, close all of those off. Maybe tint it a little bit, turn it to like a blue. Yeah, so instead of white, I'll just go ahead and turn that to blue so that it doesn't really look like a white highlight as much. Okay, yeah, so this will be our, this is kind of how we're going to make her look a little bit more ghostly or spiritual, I guess. Okay, so let's save this. All right, and we're going to use the same technique for her leg here. So I'm just going to trace these lines. Okay, let's go back in here. All right, and because I used a blue, I guess I'll go ahead and stick with the blue. I was gonna give her two tones here, but I'm not gonna worry about doing that now. So I'm just gonna grab this line tool and create another layer, and I'm just gonna quickly draw this out. And then I will use my just gonna drag out some like little veins here. Okay. And I will turn these into a movie clip. Okay. So something like this. And I will go ahead and give this a glow. This, not that, sorry. Go back in here and give this one a glow. Okay. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Yeah, okay, so this looks kind of cool. And I can, doing it this way allows me to kind of manipulate the color. So if I do want this to be like a tint and I just want it to be like all white, I can actually just change all of these to white right there, and it'll come out like this. But, you know, I like the glowing blue effect, so we'll go back down to here. Okay, and this one inside, I might actually move it over here a bit more. Nah, that's too much. Okay. Yeah, something like this will work for now. And like I said, I can always like change it later if I want to. So we got her tail, we got her ears, we have her hindquarters. Right, so her tail right here, I'm going to take this line off, so we don't need that. Right, and for her legs, I'm debating for her legs whether I want to actually add any lines to that. Turn these guys all back on. Highlight this, make it into a movie clip. Give this one a glow as well. Maybe an inner glow. Maybe not inner. Yeah. Give it an outer. Okay, yeah, that actually looks kind of good for her, like for a spirit fox, I think. Alright, so we're going to use that technique for the other lines that are kind of surrounding her. So I'm just going to copy her lines on each layer here. Yeah, so because she's a spirit fox, I do want some kind of glowing element to show that she's kind of otherworldly. zoom in on this one. So this line should, like, she's gonna have the glow, but the line around her should be dark enough to, you know, make sure that she actually shows up in the game, and that we can kind of define her contour in the game, even if she's on a darker level, or whether she's on a darker level or a lighter one. That's kind of what I'm going for. That's why I'm going through all this trouble now. And another reason I'm doing this as movie clips is because, say for example, she gets a power up, and I want this power up to be able to change her color without changing her base color. I can actually just go in here and like change the glow effect around her, and that'll, like, I could change it to yellow or red or whatever. And that'll give it'll make her look, you know, she'll be able to keep the same base color, but she'll be able to change her glow color. We can just change her glow color graphically. Sorry. So if we were trying to do that in Unity, it might actually try to change our base color as well, when realistically we might just want the glow to change. Okay, need to look for some more music. I kind of like this song though. Alright, cool. So yeah, that should be good enough for these, I think. And I'll do the same thing for her head. I'll select all of this, cut this off, make this into a movie clip. Just the lines. So just the lines I'm just turning into a movie clip at the moment. Okay. Right, so her head, her body is going to get the same treatment. But first I need to do something about this. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. For her body, I might give it a 6. Okay, and the tail will get the same treatment. to go to this layer. Might as well give these lines the same as well. Now we are going to be using post-processing in Unity, so that's why you're not seeing me really worry too much about giving these guys any shadows. Okay, and now let me switch this back over here, and I can draw some. Sorry. If I go in here, and I want to like add a few little squiggly line details or whatnot. So I could like totally not do that. Where'd my other brush tool go? Okay, yeah, that's why I swapped that. I could like totally just add a few little squiggly lines like this, if I wanted to. If I wanted to. I may not want to. I could do something like that, or just like, yeah, that doesn't really look, so that's not really the effect I'm going for. So I think I'll leave those off for now. Sometimes simple is better, so yeah. Okay, I'll get back to that later. Figure out what I want to do with those. A lot of the times, like, I might even just go into, once I have the basic graphics done and everything like that, I might even just jump into Procreate and, like, do some hand drawing. Okay, so there's the tail, and there's everything that we need. All right, so, I'll save this. Let me go ahead and hit this, and put this, and drop this on here. Right, and realistically, the only thing that we have to do now is just kind of add her symbols and add her lines and do her face, right? And for the symbols, I think I already have a symbol in here somewhere. Ah, there it is. So I'm just going to copy this symbol here, the Fua cheek symbol. And I'll copy that, and I'll jump back into Kuramiya. And this is going to be on her shoulder. This is going to be on her shoulder and on her head. So that's why I had to like create a different shoulder graphic for her. So I'll put this on the layer, and I'll just paste this in here. And hit Q, unskew it. Okay. So this is kind of like a wind symbol of her realm. So this is kind of like one of the symbols for the Ukage clans, or for Nikki summons. Right, and let me go ahead and turn this into a movie clip as well. Okay. Yeah, so this will be on her left shoulder. And then what we can do is we can copy, paste, and move this over here. And then we'll go ahead and make the one for our right shoulder just simply by flipping this guy. Okay. And we can go ahead and move. Are you on a different layer? Yeah. We'll go ahead and move this maybe down. Let's see how that looks when it's arranged thin to back. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do this and copy and paste. Move this over here. Modify, arrange, transform and flip horizontal. Alright, and this one is also arranged thin to back. Okay, yeah, so it looks like she's kind of sitting on her hunches here. For the tail, like it will hang out around here. Alright, and her feet will go under here, and this will go arrange thin to back. Alright, yeah, so it definitely looks like she's kind of sitting on her hunches now. And then her ear will come here. Actually, her ear might need to come forward. I'll arrange to bring to front. Okay. And with her ear lines, I think I'm going to get rid of these bottom two. No, that's the head. The ear. Oh, these layers are locked, so let me unlock everything. Go in here. Okay, I'll just put another point here. And then I'll get rid of this bottom line. And then I'll have to do the same thing with this one. Mark this one, hide it. Same thing with this one. Okay, yeah. Also, since I did that with this, I'm gonna have to maybe shut this over here, get rid of this bottom one here too. And then I can kind of curve this as well. Okay, yeah, that will look better. Yeah, it looks like kind of her ear is one with her head now. All right, what else do I need to do? Okay, I'm gonna paste this symbol. I forgot she needs one on her head too, so. Alright, so I'm gonna create another layer and I'll quickly put this here. Okay. So this will kind of be hanging out in the middle of her forehead. Is that centered? That doesn't look centered. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that looks better. So if you'll notice, it didn't really take me that long to make the enemy, but I am taking a little bit more time with Kuramiya herself, with the player, because this is the character that you're going to be spending, well, like if you live long enough, this is the character that you're going to be spending your entire game with. All right. So yeah, that probably looks a bit better. Okay, so she got these. She got like her legs. All right, and still debating whether I want to give her the racing lines here. I might on her body. Just around her tail. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So I'll go into her body now and just go ahead and select my line tool, and right around where her tail is, I'll go ahead and add a line here. Increase the stroke order of that. So I'll just like draw a line here on a different layer. Sorry. All right, so these two lines I'll turn into a movie clip as well. And then I will zoom in a bit. And this one, I'll line them up a little bit better. So maybe here and here and here and here. And then I'm going to angle these out. Okay, and now I'm going to also give these a glow. So yes, I am using the hell out of this glow effect on purpose. Okay, and let's see how that looks. Okay, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. And I could like put some other symbols and stuff like that around here, but I'm not going to. Okay. Yeah, so that gives it a little bit more, I guess a little bit more impact. This thing right here is starting to get on my nerves, so I think I'll need to change the line color of that one. Yeah, I'll change the line color of both because it doesn't match anything. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Alright, so let's zoom back out. Alright, so we have basically most of the elements that we'll need. The only thing else that we need to do is her face. Sorry, I had her face in the right spot in the first place, so let me move her ear down here. Okay, so now inside of her head, I'll go ahead and like lock this top layer so I don't mess with that. I've got to go in here and I will probably just hide this one. Now instead I think I'll just drop this color down to 50 so I can see through it. I'll create another layer above this, and then we're just going to start quickly working on her face. On her face, her eyes, and stuff like that. Hi, yo. どうしたの? I see. Huh. Yeah, that's my oldest son in the background. So, 君たち何か食べた? 何? ん? パン? それで足りる? だらなんか作れるよ。
多分今2人ともそんなお腹空いてない。
OK。まあ、いつ起きた?
11時ぐらい。
OK。そう、今遊びに行く?
いや、雨降ってるから。
OK。
下が暑いから。
Okay, yeah, I'm just checking. They already ate something. Right.
あれ、マミは?
マミは今日会社だよ。
会社か。
Yeah, so that was my oldest son. He's just coming to change. So this is like a spring break, so I let him sleep in late. Right. So now we're just gonna work on the details of the face. Right, so for her eyes, for her eyes, we can actually use a box. So I'll go and select a box. And those lines are pretty thick, so let me drop them down to about 2, 1, to about 2. Then go back to my tool here. That's still too thick. Hmm. 1.5. Okay, yeah, that'll work. Nope. Okay, and then I can kind of curve this out. Okay, and this will be straight up white. Okay, and now for this I can just add some, I can add another line above this actually to give it a little bit more thickness. And then I can start adding my my eyelashes. Okay, and that would be good for eye number 1. And now I'll just add her, go to the oval tool and add another layer above this. And add a circle in here. Okay, and I think that will be good enough. So her eye color, I was debating about what to do with her eye color. Because like we've got like so much blue. So I think for her eye color, I'm going to give her maybe pink or purple eyes that are blue, or Okay, yeah, she's gonna get light blue for eye color anyway. Just because I can't think of anything else right now, and we can always like change it later if we want to. And let's go ahead and shrink this down inside of here, and change this to like a dark. Change this to. I mean, I could always give her like the fox eyes like that, but that looks like that might look a little too Naruto. Yeah, that might make her look a little bit too menacing. So we'll go with this for now. Okay, and of course when I do my eyes, let's go ahead and highlight all of. Go ahead and turn this into a movie clip. And whenever I do my eyes, I always like put highlights on them anyway. So I'm gonna go here and get rid of the line here, and oops, I just totally messed that up. All right, and got to make sure nothing's selected first. Okay, and now I can just kind of. And I did something with this one. Okay, let's turn this to symbol. Okay, now I can go add my highlight to this, I think. Okay, so this will give me like, some nice little like highlights for her eyes. This I can go ahead and turn into 100. Okay, and let's see, what else can I do? And now we're going to also do something to connect this to her ear. So that was her eyes. So her eyes are basically done. You I don't need. You I'll turn into a movie clip. Right, and we're gonna make a few more lines, I think. So I'll do another layer. Come here and select this. And you see these lines right here, so I'm gonna draw from here to here. Then make a few, sorry. Okay, and go ahead and start shaping this out. Yeah, maybe a few curved lines to where they kind of line up with her eyes here, and then this will be her nose. And I'm just gonna give her this type of nose, I guess. Or I mean the bridge of her nose. Her actual nose is gonna be a triangle. So so I'm going to go here and select the R tool and go ahead and draw her nose out. Her nose isn't going to necessarily need a line, so you can get rid of that. Okay, maybe not a triangle. Maybe this instead. Would a triangle be cuter? Okay, yeah, a triangle would be cuter though, so we're gonna go with a triangle. So why am I not getting my sub-select tool? Okay, in a case like this, let's see. I forgot what my sub-selection tool is. Okay, yeah, we'll go with this instead. So like the original triangle. Maybe I'll make it a little bit smaller. Yeah. And so now all we're going to do is just copy these lines up here. I can go ahead and turn these into a movie clip. And then we're going to copy and paste them in place, modify, transform, flip horizontal, and shift drag these over here to the other side, right around the same kind of spacing. And we're going to do the same thing with the eye and the pupil here. Copy, paste in place, modify, transform, flip horizontal, and drag these over here. Okay. And what other things do we need to do? Now she does have a little bit of a pink highlight and some like a white lighting around her face. I am also going to give her a mouth as well. So I'm going to give her a little bit of a mouth. A mouth with a little tooth. Tiny little mouth with a tiny little tooth that I'm going to shape over here. And just kind of curve it in this way. Okay, and now this. And put this right around here. And maybe angle it out. Oh, not angle it out a little bit. And let me zoom in on this. Now, does she need a tooth? No, because it's a 2D game and you're not going to really see this shit anyway. But do I want a tooth? Yeah, why not? Okay. Yeah. So now we can start working. Now we have the base of her face kind of done. We can start working on her makeup, which is important. I mean, she is a girl fox anyway, so like having her like rocking some decent like eye markings and some makeup would be kind of cool. All right. So I'm gonna go here and just use my line tool. Okay, yeah, so I like these lines, so we'll just go with those. Okay, and with everything. And with these, I might actually give these a white glow. Yeah, give them white glow, and maybe take it down to medium and make them about like maybe 2. Yeah. Right, and then we're going to do this and just copy them, and so you guys should be very, very used to this by now. Right, and because this is a top down, also I do want to give her a little bit of a highlight. So I'm going to give her like a little bit of cute pink highlight here, and that will be right above the first the base layer. So for this I don't need a line. So this will be on her nose. And then I'll drag it out here. So it kind of acts like a little bit of eyeshadow for her too. Whoops. Hold on. I didn't even know that was there. Okay, so I can just kind of drag this over here. Make another little thing over here. Okay. Then I can... ¿Una casita?
いや、下のパソコンの電源って切っていいの？
なんで？
なんかずっと画面がピンク。
あ、OK。Yeah, 切っていいよ。あ、ずっと画面がピンクだったら、後ろの、ケーブルが引けばいい。
あ、そうなの？
Yeah. そっちの方が早いよ。
やってみる。
Yeah, やってみて。Okay. So we're gonna put this here, but I'm not gonna make it like so prominent. So I might just fade it out a little bit to about maybe 50. See how that looks. Okay, yeah, that'll make it look a bit more, I guess, a bit more purple. Actually, I need to go back in here and bump this color back up to its normal. 75. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it looks a little bit too strong, so maybe 75 will be good enough for her makeup. Okay, and yeah, I think we can kind of leave it like that. For her ear, let's like just move it up here. Okay, so now let's see what we got. All right, cool, cool, cool. So yeah, this Kurumi is coming along pretty nice. Okay, we are gonna need to put a few line highlights in her, on her head like we did here though. So let me just jump in here and I'll put these highlights also below her makeup line. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna like contour this out. Like right around here. Okay, and I'm also going to give her a little bit of hair up here as well. Okay, yeah, I'm also going to decided to give her a little bit of a hairline. Or some bangs. Because bangs are tight. Right, so yeah, I'm going to give her a little bit of bushy hair up here. I call this her troublemaker tuft. So a lot of the girls in my games, you'll notice I make a lot of tough girl games, right? So yeah, okay, actually I kind of like that. Um, so I make a lot of tough girl games. Um, but that's because I like girls that are kind of troublemakers. Because I mean I generally like people who think outside of the box. And are really creative, really strong, and stuff like that. So I like people who are kind of that's kind of more my flow because that's kind of the type of person that I am. So I want her to have like like some. I mean, she's a nice spiritual fox, but she's a young fox too, so she doesn't like adhere to all of the old traditions and stuff like that. Which you could tell from like some of the lines that I've written into her conversation. All right, and don't know if like flip this around. So this is gonna be her troublemaker tough. So let you know that she's a little bit unconventional. She got her own way of doing stuff, her own style, but she still does her job. Mm, left or right? Left or right? Yeah, I guess I'll keep it to the left. And so yeah, this girl. She's the one that would have always been in detention with me. Okay. And for her hair though, I am gonna give this a drop shadow. Not that much of a drop shadow, damn. Um, yeah, a drop shadow that's gonna be blurred out with this color. Actually, a little bit darker. Okay, yeah, just to let you know, like she's a bad girl. Yeah, her summoner Nikki, she's that type too. So Nikki is really really playful, extremely playful. Um, and she's Nikki is like she just likes to have fun. So guy or girl doesn't really matter. She's just out to have a good time most of the time. But she's really strong, and her her job is basically killing cyborgs. So uh so when she's done with her work, she likes to get out there, have some fun, relax. Okay, so let's see how that looks. All right, yeah, so this looks okay for Kuramiya's head, I think. And so we're almost done with this character. I think we basically kind of are done with this character, to be honest, with the design of it. So then we just have to do the animation. So what I need to do is I'll copy this and I will duplicate it and drag it over here, modify and transform and flip horizontal. Okay, so we might not necessarily need to see her feet here. I'm checking to see if we need to arrange these and send them to back though. Okay, yeah, that will look better. Okay, yeah, yeah. So like her body should be on top of her haunches, and that'll make it look a little bit better when she's running. So now, when she's running, what this is gonna do is this is just gonna pop out back here, all right? And then we're going to replace we're just gonna show this and just kind of make it look like she's reaching for something, uh, in Unity. Hmm. Actually, we're not even really seeing this Paul. I'll leave it there anyway, but it might not even be necessary. So no, not you. All right, so I want to copy you and modify and transform and flip horizontal. So with this action, I could even like have her like jump with one paw and then the other, but then it would like kind of look like she's crawling like a baby. So I think just yeah. So this would be her running action, right? And then like when she like this would be half of her running action, and then the other half would just be like with the paws kind of like resting here, or maybe even coming out further, like right here, and then when she like kind of retracting, she'll be back here. Actually, I don't even need those other paws. I guess I could just, because they'll be hidden by the body. Now I think about it. What are you doing? I don't want you to trying to. So I'll drop these all the way arranged to back as well. And that's why it's good to like test these things out in and animate. Yeah, so I can actually leave these here. So I made those other like paws for absolutely no reason. Damn it! All right. So because of the way that she's moving, I could actually put these as one one movie clip, which I think I might actually do. All right, let me get rid of this. Let's see, or at least just kind of move it out of the way. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, that actually this looks better. So because the hands look like they're closer to her face when she's resting. So they can be like right around here, or we can even pull them all the way back. But nobody's gonna see them there. So I think we'll leave her paws here when she's kind of in resting mode, and then like she'll just like spring out like this when she starts running. Okay, so let me save this. Hmm. All right, yeah. So yeah, let's go ahead and separate all of this out. I think this is good enough for her as a character. I'm gonna take this background sprite and move that if it'll let me. This background sprite's like you're not moving shit. So let me get rid of this and get rid of this. Okay, cool. So here is our Kuramiya character. And before I do any of this, what I'm gonna before I start separating out body parts, I'm gonna go ahead and export this as a PNG sequence and put a static version of this character in the game. so that we can see what she looks like. And the reason I'm going to do this is because I want to test the colors on the different scenes. So I want to test the colors in the sandbox, and I want to test the colors in the actual game. So I have this player temp right now, and this player temp has like sprite. Yeah. Oh, so first I have to import this. So. Did I export this? Okay, yeah, cancel. Oh, I don't have it by date modified, that's why. I'm just making a copy of this into my own thing, which I didn't need to do. That was supposed to go into Unity. But I'm also getting hungry, so. Alright, so yeah, now I'm going to take this sprite and just go ahead and type in Kuramiya. Alright, and let's see how she looks in this scene. I know how she looks. She looks small. So the first thing I will need to do is increase her size. Okay. And for the player movement, right now her graphic is kind of facing the wrong way because this is a static graphic. Yeah, so you know she's kind of moving backwards. So in order to fix that, because this is on the actual yeah, this doesn't have a container for a different sprite, so the sprite is actually on this one. So what I would need to do is this is a very easy fix. I could go to Kuramiya and Kuramiya 1, and I can open this up in Reveal in Finder. And then I can click this, and I just need to use this to flip it vertical. Okay, and that should fix the problem with her movement. Okay, so what I'm checking for at the moment is I'm checking to see what she looks like on different backgrounds. So, this is a little bit light for some reason. Oh, I know why it's light. Because the original player circle that we had, yeah, so remember we had like the original circle as this sprite. So I would just need to change it to this. So that's why she was tinted blue and it was kind of matching into the background. Okay. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. So this allows me to kind of play around with the sides and stuff. She's got a big ass arrow sticking out of her mouth. So I'm gonna have to fix that. So we don't need that anymore. So I'm gonna leave that arrow in there as an indicator of where she's like facing though. So what is this? Grab detect. The move arrow. I'm gonna just take the opacity of this down because we don't necessarily need it. And I am gonna make her a little bit bigger on this layer as well. Not that big, but yeah, something. Okay, yeah, so now she can kind of run around here, get chased by these guys, get bullied a bit. Yeah, looks like she's doing like some Superman just flying around the screen. Let me get this out of here. Yeah, so everybody wants a piece of her. Alright, and now, the shot point. Alright. Now, if you're wondering what this weapon is, what kind of weapon she actually carries, she doesn't carry, well, I mean, she does carry bombs and stuff like that, but the weapon that you're seeing will actually be her tail. And that's kind of what we're going to be working on next. Alright, so let's save this. So, static-wise, it looks good. She looks good here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the same, I'm going to go to the game level. Right, and so I'll just go to characters and go to player, go to Kuramiya, and you know, so this one, you know, you'll notice that there's a player container, and then there's the player graphic. So I'm just gonna switch the player graphic in here. Okay, so with this Kuramiya temp, I'll need to change the player graphic, and there's really nothing on the player graphic itself, I think. Wait a minute. How am I gonna do that? Give me a second. Okay, so I'll just flip this on the Y. Yeah. Okay, and that, yeah, in this one I just had to flip it on the Y. Alright, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be replacing this tail. So when we play the game, you'll notice that the tail is the thing that's doing the attacking, right? And I did that on purpose. So we're going to be replacing this tail with something. So we're going to first make sure that this tail is kind of lined up. So yeah, so this tail will actually be around here, and like the pivot point and all of these things will, you know, still kind of be the same. Okay. Now, Kuramiya actually has a couple of tails though. So this is one that you're looking at, but also her ranged weapon is a tail. Right, so we'll align all of these up like later, and you'll see how they kind of work together. This melee attack box is different. Her scatter shot weapon is really just a bunch of tails like sticking out, And so her scatter shot and her fan shot weapon are just a bunch of tails. Yeah, so we're gonna like be working on that in a little bit. So for now, we'll go ahead and turn her ranged weapon off, and we'll like make sure that this tail is visible so that you can actually. Actually, no. Actually, I will go ahead and turn this tail off too. So now when I play the game, we're just kind of really still checking to see if there's anything that we need to fix with her color wise. Okay. So yeah, damn, she died without even putting up a fight. All right, so we're obviously gonna have to make this graphic larger, and right now she looks like a little race car kind of flying around the screen, which isn't what we want. So we're gonna have to add the animations, but color-wise, we can kind of get away with this, I think, especially if the graphic is bigger. And this will look even better when we start adding like we're not really adding any lighting or shading or because we're not using UPR at the moment. Hmm. Okay. Huh. Taking a break from the Kickstarter game uh, in order, sorry, to make a 2D game kit first, which will help me with programming future games faster and hopefully give me funding for my projects. All right, so this is one of the guys on my Discord server that I'm chatting with. Twitch streaming game build now. Right, yeah, so that doesn't look too bad color-wise. And then when we get into URP, we can kind of like play around with it more and give her more of a glow. All right, so let's see what that looks like one more time before we start adding animation in the like little tail sway. Okay, yeah, so yeah, we can tell what the character looks like, and you know, basically the color doesn't look like too bad at the moment. Hmm. Still a little work to do. Alright, so cool. That's where we're at right now. And I'm gonna have to jump off in a little bit anyway to like get some food myself. My kids already ate, so like I think we had like some leftover stuff from yesterday that they were kind of eating on. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of this stream, take a break, get some food, refresh myself, and then we'll come back and we'll start working on the animations for this. All right, so I will be back on later. This is really the most complex animation that we're probably going to do for this build, to be honest. Yeah, so the only other thing that we're really going to like need to animate, I think, is actually nothing. If except for a boss, if I want to put a boss in here, but I might not even put a boss in here because I might just leave that for you guys to add your own boss. Because you can easily do that with this kit. It's like just use the the enemy controller and just give him a stupidly large health, and then add some weapons to him with a little bit of AI movement, and you're good to go. So yeah, I'll go ahead and stop this for now so I can like reply to the people on my Discord who are asking me questions. And if you like these streams and you find them educational, please subscribe, check me out on Twitter, on Patreon, of course on Twitch and on YouTube. And please stop by my homepage and check out my Unity 2D game kit, which is what I'm using to build this game at the moment. And if you like that, go ahead and download it while it's cheap, because I will be updating the functionality for the code, but I might not really update the graphics so much. So I'm going to keep on adding on to this, so it'll be a very good value for you once it's finished. But the more value I add to it and the more time I invested in it, then the higher the price is going to go. All right, so that's going to be it for me for now. I'm going to jump off, get something to eat, maybe